agriculture, home affairs, cybersecurity, risk management, public relationship, and of course, brand building. Very warm welcome to Colonel Kohli with us. My very respected colleague, Professor Devinder Singh Ji, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan, Director International Affairs, distinguished faculty members, and dear students, I welcome all of you for this very auspicious occasion. Yes, it is the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of our country, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Viksit Bharat at 2047, and at the same time, it becomes a mission for every citizen of our country for Viksit Bharat at 2047. यही समय है, सही समय है. This is the what he mentioned in his national address, which we all have attended physically in the governor house. All the vice chancellors of country were invited over there when he addressed with all the distinguished academic leaders of our country last week. And what he mentioned over there, same I just want to be say in my opening remarks over here. यही समय है, सही समय है. Reason is why he said like this line. Just see behind in this line what he wanted to be convey. You all are studying in a graduation level, post-graduation level, in a professional courses. That's why you are in Chandigarh University, and one of the first leading university in India, amongst the private universities, especially from the QS World Ranking. You well know about this. Look at here. यही समय है, सही समय है. When you look into the political system, most stable. When you look into the economic system, again most stable. Why I'm saying you can compare a data? Because now everybody having a good bandwidth of internet. Of course, the mobile phones and data is well available on this universe. And when to achieve some goal, a goal special when we are developing and we want to become a developed. What basically we are looking for? Stability. Stability in a system. And what are the major areas? If you are looking to the sports also, we are doing amazingly. Looking about the agriculture also, we are really sending medicines, grains, even to other countries, wherever there is some problem, like a disaster. It happens during a COVID also. The most stable country in this world during a COVID. You see our population and see how many we could make it to other countries to reach our vaccination. That's why he said, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. Of course, it is a journey. And we should all feel proud we will be the part of this journey. I am sure today I am talking something here. At 2047, I may not be available. Even many of the leaders, those are executing this vision and mission of Honorable Prime Minister, may not be available on this planet as per our age and average age of human being. But when this would be written, a chapter, a story, a book, इतिहास लिखा जाएगा, तो ये लिखा जाएगा कि इस 25 साल की यात्रा में किस किस संस्थान ने, किस किस बच्चों ने, लीडर्स ने योगदान दिया था. And I'll tell you, until unless each and every citizen of my country is not going to contribute, it is not going to be possible to achieve 2047 goal. That's why he started very well in time. अगर ये 2040 में सोच रखते, 2035 में सोच रखते, तो शायद पॉसिबल नहीं होता. उन्होंने 2022 में इसकी नींव रखी. तो उन्होंने क्या कहा? यही समय है, सही समय है. तो अब आज हम इस कार्यक्रम के तहत जितने यहां पर बैठे हैं, एक प्रतिज्ञा तो हम लेंगे कि आज के बाद हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन टुवर्ड्स टू माय सोसाइटी, टुवर्ड्स टू माय फैमिली, टुवर्ड्स टू माय नेशन शुड बी अ वन एरिया ऑफ मिशन, दैट इज विकसित भारत. अब वो कैसे कर सकते हैं? स्वच्छता पता है हमें, सिखा दी गई है. He is such a visionary leader. He started all the ingredients of this particular package of this vision even 5 years before. इवन 10 years बिफोर। सबसे पहली स्पीच में उन्होंने क्या बोला था? सबने कहा लाल किले से कैसी स्पीच, लाल किले से उन्होंने क्या कहा था? सोच बदलो, देश बदलेगा। और साथ में शौचालय की बात की थी। जस्ट रिमेंबर, यू कैन वॉच इट ऑन यूट्यूब। शौचालय की बात की थी, स्वच्छता की बात की थी, वन नेशन वन टैक्स की बात की उन्होंने। ये सारी जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं, ये किसको जाके समर्पित करते हैं? 2047 को। विकसित देश कहलवाना और बनना और उसके बाद उसको निभाना, ये भी आजादी के पहले भी ये बातें हुई थी। आजादी मिलने के बाद आगे गवर्नेंस कैसे होगी, दैट वाज द मैटर ऑफ डिस्कशन इवन 15 years बिफोर ऑफ द इंडिपेंडेंस। यू कैन रीड मैनी बुक्स, यू नो, मैनी लिटरेचर। उस समय पे जिन्होंने जो आजादी के लिए किया, क्या आज हम उनके चैप्टर्स नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं? क्या आज हम उनके दिन नहीं मनाते हैं? चाहे वो भगत सिंह जी हों, चाहे महात्मा गांधी हों, चाहे सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल हों, हम मनाते हैं ना। तो यकीन कीजिए, ये 25 साल की यात्रा में भी जो भी कोई कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा इस विकसित भारत के लिए, वो भी इतिहास का एक अच्छा पन्ना बन के निकल के आएगा। तो वी एवरीवन शुड टेक दिस प्लेज दैट वी शुड कंट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स दिस to make our surrounding peaceful, cleanliness, and of course transparency. The most important part, whenever I listen to our leaders, they speak on this area. Transparency is very important, and simplicity. Simplicity thought में भी लानी चाहिए और simplicity आपके रहन सहन में भी लानी चाहिए. You must adopt the simplicity in your life. More you are simple in your thoughts and your living, I think हम विकसित हो ही जाएंगे. Until unless every citizen becomes Atmanirbhar, the country can't be a Viksit. So we have to make ourselves first self-reliant. And it's very important. With this, I just conclude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli, Executive Editor, India Strategic, to speak at the Development Dialogue. Lieutenant Colonel Kohli has previously served in the Indian Army. He has also been a journalist. We look forward to hear his words of wisdom on the topic transformation of India into a knowledge superpower. I request Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli to come forward and address the audience, sir.
Can I have a follow mic, please? Follow mic. This is going to be slightly different than the run-of-the-mill lectures that take place. This is going to be transformative in many ways, and transformative not for the people who are sitting here, but for the next generation to come and the students. I hope I'm able to make connect with you. I have been with the Indian Army. I have been in J&K for more than 6 years, have been involved in various operations, but this is not about that. This is also not about geopolitics. This is also not about defense. This is about the future that we are going to give, not to our nation, but to the world. The generation to come has to show the way to humanity. The nation to come has to work hard so that humanity survives, goes forward, and they can bring in the dividends not only to the country, but to humanity at large. For that, we need to start now. ये अमृत काल है और इस अमृत काल के अंदर हमने 75 साल आजादी के जो है पा लिए। 75 साल से 100 साल के बीच में जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हमको लेके आनी है, वो हमारे को अभी विचार विमर्श करना पड़ेगा। We are the youngest nation in the world. 35%, correction, 70% of the population is less than 35 years of age. न केवल हम एक यंग नेशन हैं, एक वाइब्रेंट नेशन है, लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेशन है, लेकिन ऑल्सो वी आर एट अ थ्रेशोल्ड when we can provide leadership. We are at a place in history where our nation can provide leadership to the entire world. हम geographically ऐसे placed हैं कि हम जो है पूरी की पूरी दुनिया को लीडरशिप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. पर्वत वो सबसे ऊंचा, हम साया आसमां का, वो संतरी हमारा. इसको समझना जरूरी है. हमें जो है माउंट एवरेस्ट से खुद से प्रोटेक्शन मिलती है. एनीवे, जो मुझे बात करनी है आज आप सभी से वो ये है, और इसको आप जो है वो अपने साथ रखें और अपनी लाइफ का जो है एक गुरु मंत्र मान लें. और वो ये है, टाइम. टाइम इज द करेंसी ऑफ द फ्यूचर. टाइम इज द करेंसी ऑफ द फ्यूचर. ये हमारे वेदों में भी लिखा है, तब शायद समझे नहीं. Time is the currency of the future. We have limited number of years on this earth, each one of us. पैसे से भी कुछ ज्यादा जरूरी है वो टाइम है. आप उस टाइम के साथ क्या करते हैं, कैसे चेंजेस लाते हैं, that is going to shape the next 25 years. जो किसी भी क्रिटिकल एस्पेक्ट्स के अंदर जो है टाइम बचा देंगे, वो लोग कुछ इनकलाबी या लीडरशिप से रिलेटेड कर जाएंगे. और मैं एग्जांपल बिल्कुल डाइवर्स दूंगा अभी आपको, और वो एग्जांपल ये है, अभी कोविड हुआ था. सब कहते हैं कि कम से कम समय के अंदर कोविड जो है से हमारे को जो है वो हम ठीक हो जाने चाहिए. Whoever is able to reduce this time, that person has provided leadership at that time. That person has provided knowledge at that time. That kind of knowledge is going to be transformative. That's one example. आप एक प्लेस A से प्लेस B में जा रहे हैं, और मैं दिल्ली जयपुर या दिल्ली बॉम्बे की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं. I'm talking about going from Earth to Moon, from Earth to Mars, from Earth to various planets. आप जितने कम समय में जा पाएंगे, और जो इस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के लिए जो है रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट करेंगे, वो फ्यूचर के लीडर्स हैं. वो कंट्रीज जो है वो लीडरशिप प्रोवाइड करेंगी इस दुनिया के अंदर. Those are the countries that are going to provide leadership to this world, who are able to utilize the time most effectively. Time is going to be the currency of the world, and we have the maximum time because we have the most youth population in this world. हम youngest nation है, we have maximum time to change this world right now, and time is the currency of the future. I hope I have made my point clear. I can give you n number of examples where time is the currency. आप students हैं, आप time waste नहीं करें. आप जो है ऐसे aspects के अंदर जाएं जिसके अंदर जो है time criticality है और आप उस time को truncate कर सकते हैं. Those are the areas of research and development we must find for ourselves. Innovate and find for ourselves which are those areas where time can be saved and can be done in a most truncated time. That will give you leadership, that will give you knowledge, that knowledge will change this world, that knowledge will change humanity, and that will make our nation Vishwaguru once again. Okay, let's talk about transformation in knowledge now. There are 2-3 criticalities that are facing humanity right now. one of the most important criticalities is the climate change. जिस हिसाब से हमने जो है प्रदूषण किया है और जो है इस अर्थ को खराब करने का काम किया है पिछले 50 साल के अंदर, I'm sorry, I like to be free when I speak to you. जिस तरह से हमने the kind of changes that we have brought about in this world in the last 15 to 20 years, as far as the environment is concerned, as far as Earth is concerned, they have been disastrous. Disastrous to say the least. We have done hundreds and millions of nuclear tests. We have done explosions and we have used carbon monoxide to the extent that it's hardly possible to breathe in many of the cities of the world. अर्थ के पास टाइम कम बचा है अगर इसी तरह से हम जो है पॉल्यूशन करते रहे और उसको खराब करते रहे. We will spoil Mother Earth. It may not even survive. ये टाइम क्रिटिकलिटी, जो टाइम कम बचा है, इसको जो है हमने एनहांस करना है. These are the areas of knowledge enhancement, whether it be the EV industry, whether it be reducing the pollution, whether it be clearing of pollution. किसी भी तरह से आप अर्थ का टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ सर्वाइवल बढ़ा सकते हैं. ये R&D का जो है एक विषय है, ये टेक्नोलॉजी का जो है एक विषय है, ये एक नॉलेज एनहांसमेंट का विषय है. Transformative knowledge needs to come in this arena. In 2047, we as a nation should provide rest of the countries a pathway where we can proudly say that the life of Earth has been enhanced to another million years because of the cleaning effect that we have brought about. स्वच्छता सिर्फ देश की नहीं, स्वच्छता पूरी के पूरे विश्व की स्वच्छता किस तरह से हमने जो है वो एनवायरनमेंट की कंजर्वेशन करनी है. हाउ वी नीड टू इंक्रीज द लाइफ, और इसके अंदर मिलियंस ऑफ अदर फील्ड्स और R&D के अंदर जो है वो खुल जाती हैं. फॉर इंस्टेंस, किस तरह से आपने क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन कम करना है, तो मे बी दूसरी कोई गैस आप जो है वो फ्रिज के अंदर यूज करना चाहते हैं. मे बी फॉर इंस्टेंस प्लास्टिक्स आर नॉट गुड फॉर अर्थ, उससे जो है वो अर्थ की लाइफ इन द लॉन्ग रन कम होती है. So what are the other products that you can? There's so many diverse fields that you can opt for and go and do research and development for. That broader currency time will help you gain leadership, help you in your career, will help the country, and will also take forward the Mother Earth. That was part of time. And I gave some examples. And also I spoke about the environment conservation. That is one important area, which is a ticking time bomb. What are the other critical areas? What are the other critical areas where we need to do research and development? AI. Artificial intelligence is also the future. Why it is the future? Because it saves time. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से जो काम करने में आपको या एक ह्यूमन बीइंग को 10 घंटे लगते थे, अभी वो जो है 5 मिनट में हो जाता है. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से जो आप काम, the amount and quantum of time that you spend doing mundane kind of works, repetitive works, and used to take a humongous amount of time, that has been truncated by AI. Even Google is AI. So that has been done. But now AI is at a threshold where it is replacing the human beings and doing even non-mundane things. The mundane things the human beings never wanted to do, they were given to AI and they did it very effectively. And for the last about 1.5 decades, the AI has been doing that job. But now AI has come at a pedestal or has come at a stage where AI is doing those things also which humans are incapable of doing or are not even mundane, but it has come in an advisory role, or it tells you what to do and what not to do and what is right and what is not right. Dangerous. It can spiral out of control. It can take away innovation from the human mankind forever. It could be a savior and a destroyer both. Apart from saving time, it could take humanity in a direction which it could be disastrous for it. So what are the checks and balances, and what is the knowledge quantum that India needs to have to safeguard against such kind of an AI explosion? मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, कोई है मुझे जो बता सकता है कि एआई का डाटा क्या है? एआई कहां से जो है वो इंफॉर्मेशन गेन करता है? व्हाट इज द फूड ऑफ एआई? एआई का फूड क्या है? एनीवन? डू वी हैव अ माइक? वी हैव अ माइक फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स. Mic for the students? Yeah, anyone? AI को फीड कैसे मिलती है?
Yeah.
Yes,
Good
yes.
morning, sir.
Very good.
I am currently pursuing my bachelor's of engineering in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So what we do in artificial intelligence that we train our machines and build models on the training data. We get data from a different type of sources like all the applications and all that. And moreover, we can data from machines using the sensors and all.
Data.
Data.
So he says basically data is required by AI. So data is the feed. What is the kind of data? How does this data, what kind of data is it getting? From where is it getting this data? What can this data do? Where is this data coming from that it can form an opinion and it can guide you? It can even guide you to which stocks to buy. Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. I'm Gitanshi Sharma. Sir, basically humans are feeding AI. तो जो AI है हम ही उसको फीड कर रहे हैं, हम ही ओपिनियंस बता रहे हैं अलग अलग. हम जैसे अगर प्रॉम्प्ट डाल रहे हैं तो अगर मेरा कोई प्रॉम्प्ट किसी अलग चीज से रिलेटेड है और मैंने वही इन्फॉर्मेशन उसे प्रोवाइड करी है AI को, तो किसी और के लिए वो एक अलग इन्फॉर्मेशन बन गई और AI वही चीज उसको बताएगा.
I must say the students of Chandigarh University are really well informed and taking and pursuing careers in fields that are upcoming and also going to be transformative in future. Hear it this way. Once anyone does any kind of research, he starts from whatever has been searched. That's the starting point. कि कहां तक की बाउंड्री जो है वो बना ली गई है और अब मुझे और उससे आगे जो है उसके आगे जो है खोज करनी है. पुरानी खोज पता होगी तभी तो आगे की और खोज होगी. Research itself means that I should know what has already been searched, and for that everybody is using AI. They want to know what is already known, and they go to the last brink and then they try to gain more knowledge. They want to get that more knowledge. That knowledge is fine. Maybe you add your own brain, do some experiment, and that knowledge is added on to the earlier knowledge that exists. But the AI will steal that knowledge. आपने जो रिसर्च कर ली, आपने जो आगे रिसर्च कर ली, वो AI का पार्ट बन. जो क्वेश्चंस आपने पूछे चैट जीपीटी से, वो क्वेश्चंस जो थे वो जिस तरह से आपने ओपिनियन फॉर्म की, एंड द एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च यू वांटेड टू गो, that has gone into the dark web, that has gone as part of AI. Somebody has stolen the entire knowledge wealth that you already had and the little bit that you added now. And that is available to some other person on a platter. Some other person sitting in some other country on a platter. And how he's going to use it, you don't know. That responsibility has gone away from you. You may be a responsible researcher, doing phenomenal amount of this research in defense and or maybe in agriculture or environment studies. But somebody else sitting in China, sitting in the US, sitting in some other country, having the advanced AI tools, picks up the things that you have searched on the AI, and whatever you have moved forward, that is also being available to them now. We are all on the internet. We are all on AI. We are all searching things. They all are going into the AI web. They all are going into the dark web. Everything, mind you, that you have typed and searched is available there. It can be dug out. Believe me, I have been associated with information warfare of the army. I have been associated with various ways how the dark web operates. AI, definitely. And everybody, all software engineers would say that this is the change and we are looking forward and we have to go the AI way. 200% agree with them. But this pitfall and how your knowledge can be stolen, very few people will talk to you about. So when the transformation of knowledge takes place towards 2047, the checks and balances and research and development into how responsibly knowledge can be stored and it cannot be stolen now from us also needs to be looked into. आपको याद होगा कि पहले जो है वो कई साल पहले हमारे जो है वो नॉलेज के बैंक्स थे तक्षशिला में और बाकी जगह, और बहुत सारे इन्वेडर्स आए और वो हमारी जो है किताबें और बाकी सारी जला के और कुछ नॉलेज का बेस बैंक जो है हमारा लेके भी चले गए. लोग हमारी वेल्थ लेके चले गए, नॉलेज की वेल्थ लेके चले गए. कोई बात नहीं, ये जो है अब एक इकट्ठा वर्ड है. दिस इज अ वर्ड विच इज ग्लोबलाइज्ड. दिस इज अ वर्ल्ड that has one goal, one mission. However, there are a lot of people who don't want that this one world and one mission and peaceful coexistence should be there. They are expansionists. They have narrow domestic goals. And these people with narrow domestic goals will steal your knowledge again. They will hack it, they will steal it, and they will take it back away. Major area of research. First I said, जैसे भी time जो है, criticality, times can be truncated, time can be truncated, anything that is related with that, whether it be the bullet trains or whether it be going to space and to going to faraway places, the nearest of places, anything that saves time and research and development done in that in the next 25 years is going to be transformative. I repeat again, time is the currency of the future. The second thing I said was saving time for the earth. Anything contributed towards that, environment conservation. Second is the area of R&D for that. That is the next 25 years for knowledge. And the third thing I said is saving your own knowledge through AI. Yes, going into AI, researching in AI, but at the same time, saving your knowledge from going into the dark web and not getting into the trap of getting all your knowledge going into the other place. Even if you have to restrict yourself, have the landlines built in such a way that are not connected, on which research is doing is not connected to the internet. Maybe that may be the way forward. Maybe you have to be restrictive initially so that the knowledge gained in the years to come does not go into the disruptive hands and the transformative knowledge that takes place does not become disruptive knowledge. Fourth thing I'm going to talk about. The basic need of food, clothing, and housing will always remain. Knowledge, which can make us self-sufficient, efficient in procuring these three things, is essential for our survival. Is essential for our survival. We cannot have a condition where we are starved of food, water, air, decent housing, and clothing. So any research, any knowledge gained in this field is the fourth area, which is going to be transformative in the next 25 years, 23 years. The various aspects to it. Agriculture itself is linked into various other domains. Agriculture itself provides a bedrock for housing and clothing as well. So this is another area where you need to look in. Now, how are we going to do that? That is the critical question. This was all theory maybe, different kind of a theory which maybe other people have not spoken to you about as yet. पर हम ये करेंगे कैसे? As a country, as a person, as an individual. Let's start as an individual. Then we will talk maybe as a university or maybe as a society how we will. How do you do it as a person, as a student? How do you want to do that? How do you want to contribute towards this knowledge of four things that I have spoken about? Maybe there are many more, but for four broad things that I have spoken about, that these are the knowledge banks that we need to create in the next 20 to 25 years, retain them and secure them and show the world the way. But how do you do that? We have a simple solution. Each one of you, I say again, and this is also going to be transformative for you for the next 25 years. You're young. Each one of you must identify two things which interest. Not very difficult. Two things that interest. Cooking interests you. Maybe sports interest. Somebody may like football. Whatever interest, passion may interest you. Somebody may just like swanky watching. Each one of us do have interests. If you don't, please cultivate. Develop interest. Develop interest into anything, which people are not aware of or maybe aware of also. But please get after these two interests. Research about it. Go into the depth. Show discipline that these two interests, you are almost the final word. Final word in the sense that nobody else knows more than you about a particular thing. Even if you have a crush, let us say you have a crush on Ranbir Kapoor, then there should be nobody else who knows more about Ranbir Kapoor more than you do. Get those two interests. Very easy to identify two interests. But then have the discipline to go into the detail. Discipline to know more than anybody else has ever known before. Okay? Once you have done that, two steps done, identify two interests, had the discipline and the consistency to read, research, develop these interests that you know more than anybody else. The third thing, the communication, most important thing now. These interests that you know all this about your interest, about travel to France, you know the most, let us say, or about a celebrity you know the most. Please express it on various media platforms without inhibition. N number of ways, multiple media channels, whether it be radio, social media, electronic media, print media, talking to your friends, having a dialogue, public speaking. Express your views in a dignified way and communicate with each other. Very soon, you will find that people around you, people in your circle, the larger your circle, will keep on increasing and people will know that यार फुटबॉल के बारे में पूछना है तो अक्षय से पूछ, यार मूवी कौन सी देखने जाना है, the best bet is going to be Sakshi, whoever. आपने जो है अगर किसी से जो है वो डिफेंस की बात करनी है या एआई की बात करनी है, that guy is the one. जिसके बारे में हम एआई की बात करेंगे, he will give me an insight. मोबाइल कौन सा सबसे बेस्ट है, उसके पास जाओ, वो बताएगा कौन सा है बात. First step, once that starts happening, first step of your brand building is done. Brand building, very few people know, is a repository of knowledge. आपके पास किसी के फील्ड में नॉलेज है, तो इंटरेस्ट के बारे में, दूसरे के पास, तीसरे के पास, चौथे के पास, पांचवें के पास, छठे के पास, 50 लोगों के पास ये नॉलेज है, ये नॉलेज बैंक है. उसकी ब्रांड है, उसकी ब्रांड है, उसकी ब्रांड है, उसकी ब्रांड है. ये नॉलेज बैंक, once you have created and also created for yourself as an individual a brand, thereafter will have a ripple effect in the society. The progress, the society, and this knowledge will retain. If you are able to retain this knowledge, you will create this knowledge bank for the society and then for the institutes which you have studied in, and then for the country, and then for the entire world. This is the broad game plan. You start from an individual, have the dedication towards your interest, have the dedication and discipline towards your interest without wasting time. Build a brand value for yourself. Chandigarh University. It will have a brand value for it. 3 to 4 areas, maybe specifically they identify for R&D that this is the areas that we can actually go into whole hog, 4 or 5 years. Then they have the discipline and the consistency in that particular area to be the best, to know more than any other university knows. And then they go and communicate through various other channels, n number of channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and tell, yes, if you want to know about agriculture, if you want to know about journalism, if you want to know about environment studies, if you want to know about microbiology, or you want to know about quantum physics, or you want to know about semiconductor industry, which is also the other currency, the Chandigarh University is the place where you need to go. Once they have done that, that's the brand they've built for themselves. Once they have built that brand for themselves, the country would recognize they're the repository of knowledge, and they've ushered India into another 25 years of growth and knowledge. So with this, I don't want to take longer, but I want to take a lot of questions. मैंने जहां possible हुआ, English or Hindi, both I have tried to speak. So my language of communication basically is English, but I also try to communicate so that the message goes through. This is the first in the series of lecture, I'm told. And this is, so I have kept it at a very formative stage. And I would be really delighted if I can answer some of the questions of the audience.
Respected sir, I am Arvind, pursuing my bachelor's of engineering. I would like to, on your views, what will be the role of graduate and a postgraduate students in transforming India into a knowledge superpower?
Well, graduates and postgraduates have all the power uh, mm, with them. Like I just said, the more you get educated and the more education you take, the areas of interest and spheres that you can opt for yourself are obviously much more evolved than a person who's not that educated. If you've done graduation, let us say in AI or post-graduation in AI, your area of interest naturally happens to be such that is much more evolved than a person who has not taken education in a formalized institute like Chandigarh University. So once you do that, your area of interest, let us say, is related with AI, in which you want to go into cyber security and protection of data theft in AI. Let us say, I'm just saying area of interest is that. And then you start working towards it consistently and you become the last word for it. And then thereafter you build a brand for yourself in it. You've contributed immensely towards India's knowledge, towards the world's knowledge. You have contributed immensely as a knowledge superpower India is likely to be in by 2047 to do that. So that's how the graduates and postgraduates need to do, and that's what they exactly need to do, what I told just now. That's how they need to shape in the next 25 years, identify those two areas. And the more evolved you are, the more pragmatic those two areas will be. For somebody on the road, maybe a simple crush on someone, maybe his area. But for a graduate, a postgraduate, a responsible graduate, a responsible postgraduate, that area of interest could be time saving, could be environment saving, or could be related with AI.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shivam Pandey, and I am a third year student of CSC AIML. My question is about rote learning. Despite of several changes,
Question is on?
my question is about rote learning. Rote learning, yeah.
Okay.
Despite of several changes made by the Indian government, still the rote learning is in our syllabus, or we can say in our schedule. I want to ask, what are the several changes that government has need to be taken in the future in teaching pedagogy and in evaluation process to overcome rote learning?
I haven't spoken a single word about rote learning. I haven't said anything that is going to happen in the next 25 years is going to happen through rote learning. On the contrary, I have said that AI is going to replace rote learning in the years to come, and it's going to happen. I'm sorry if some academicians think other way, but AI is definitely going to change one thing, that people are not going to cram up thousands of millions of things and then they are going to reproduce it on one paper sheet or the other. AI is going to change that. I am talking about a step further. How this AI can be made responsive, how this knowledge that we have already given to the artificial intelligence can be responsibly used for research and development, and how it can be protected. That is what I'm talking about. Look, the basic things everybody needs to know. There is no escaping. It is not that one fine day you will say that I am an evolved person and I know everything. Nobody knows that. And there are some basic rules of the game in this life. There are some basic formulas that you need to know. Maybe you basically need to know, a kid who just goes to nursery does need to know the numericals or the number system 1 to 10. He needs to mug them up. There is no other way. But having said that, yes, it is going to reduce over a period of time substantially, but the basic things will still you will have to You will have to go through the basic rules of grammar. Even you can't use the AI without knowing the basic rules of grammar or how to frame sentences or write numericals or things like that. So basic things will stay. How it's going to reduce on its own over a period of time because of AI and various other things, changes that are changing so dramatically in this world now.
Thank you so much, sir.
उमंग कोहली सर, थैंक यू फॉर द वंडरफुल सेशन. सर, मेरा नाम वैभव है, मैं यूआईएमएस डिपार्टमेंट से हूँ, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जर्नलिज्म. और मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि जब विकास की बात होती है तो विकास समावेशी होना चाहिए, जिसमें सबकी भागीदारी हो. अब अगर हम दूर दराज के इलाकों में देखें, जो रूरल पॉपुलेशन है इंडिया की, वहां तक डेवलपमेंट तो पहुंचती है, जैसे हमने जल और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पहुंचा दी, वो सब तो पहुंचा, लेकिन जो आइडियाज हैं, जो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स हैं जो उनके वेलफेयर के लिए बनाई गई हैं, उसमें कैसे एनरोल किया जाए, कैसी उसकी प्रक्रिया है, वो लोगों तक पहुंचाना एक बहुत बड़ी चुनौती होती है. आपको लगता है कि उसमें इंप्रूवमेंट की जरूरत है?
हमारे चैलेंजेस जो हैं, एक बहुत बड़ी कंट्री होने के लिए होने के नाते, लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री होने के नाते, वेरियस टफ टेरेन के अंदर जो है पॉपुलेशन होने के नाते, हमारे चैलेंजेस भी इस वर्ल्ड के अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा नहीं तो काफ़ी हैं. These challenges, yes, are to be addressed. When we talk about becoming a knowledge superpower, we also need to address the various challenges that our country faces at various levels. But these challenges can easily be met because the kind of youth and the kind of energy that India is exuding right. This energy is like a nuclear explosion. This energy is exponential. This energy is definitely going to take, when we are going to address these major issues that I was talking about, time management and other things, the flow of money from the various parts of world is likely to get into India. You will be surprised, in the last 3 to 4 years, there has been a phenomenal amount of monetary flows that have come into the country. The stock market, for example, has gone almost, in the last 2.5 years, has almost increased 30 to 35%. The flow of energy, flow of money into infrastructure, जो इंडिया के अंदर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के अंदर बहुत कम इन्वेस्टमेंट जो है पहले हो रहा था, the flow of infrastructure has increased many. Don't take me otherwise. Don't take me otherwise. And I am not speaking for any particular establishment or a government authority. I'm talking as a nation right now. And I'm just talking that, yes, there are challenges and those challenges need to be met. However, we have made progress towards meeting those challenges. And if we keep on, our youth keeps on working dedicatedly and with discipline, I'm sure we are going to address this challenge, even in the far future.
Good morning, sir. My name is Abhishri Dhyani, and I request you to please share your views and opinions on the topic that scholars from across the world have traveled to Takshashila and Nalanda to study in India. How can we blend the ancient and modern systems of education to achieve the Vision 2047?
It's a very interesting question and very interesting question. Look, there is no doubt that we've had a history which is different from the rest of the world. We are one of the oldest civilization, if not the oldest. The Vedas were written, much before Christ. These words of wisdom that were there are a universal philosophy and have been a universal philosophy for years. For years. Spiritually, we are a very evolved nation. Spiritually. Emotionally also, we are a very evolved nation. that spiritual knowledge that we have, that knowledge of emotional balance that we have, the knowledge of social balance that we have, needs to be given to this world also and humanity also over a period of time. And how? Let me just give you an example. We have a social structure. We have a structure of society that has been built over a period of time, which is based on our textures, Vedas and Upanishads also. So many things that are there in our society, which makes our family bonding very strong. In most of the countries of the world, the family bondings are not strong enough. What has happened? In Russia, the population has gone in negative. In China, now they're giving incentives to have children. In USA, the divorce rate is 32%. In India, it's 2%. I'm not saying that all of that is great. All I'm saying is that our social structure, our value system, our emotional knowledge, maybe because of these Upanishads and texts that we have and our ancestors have given good values to us, will hold us well for the next 25 years as well. This needs to be bargained for as far as knowledge is concerned. This knowledge hub India must become. Hub of spiritual knowledge, hub of healthy living, hub of social knowledge, hub of cultural knowledge. Must. When we do that, the world would come to us seeking knowledge, whether it be in the form of yoga, whether it be in the form of the nature, various things that we worship in nature, whether it be in the form of the family bondings that we have, whether it be in the form of value systems that we have, and things. I hope I have answered you. This is a very difficult question to answer, and to some extent I have answered. We can speak about it and debate about it at length. Maybe.
Thank you so much, sir.
So happy there's a plethora of questions coming. Sir, I have time. I have time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ashish. Over here. My name is Ashish Kumar Upadhyay. So I would like to know your views on the recent confirmation of the hosting of Olympic 2036. That was confirmed, that a formal bid was confirmed by our Prime Minister, Shri Modi ji. What are the financial implications of hosting this event and the benefits?
I think this is exactly not really relevant to the topic that we are discussing. However, when we talk about India becoming a superpower or a knowledge superpower or transformative superpower in the years to come, in the next 20 to 25 years, naturally in various arenas and various responsibilities of the world that we would take part in. And yes, also apart from the responsibilities that we take as a growing power, we also need to develop our expertise in various other fields, including sports and other events that take place across the world, including the summits related with the environment and other things. Maybe a COP as well we are planning to host in the near future. So yes, India needs to take the mantle as far as the global events are taking place, and then only we can be a responsible power as far as knowledge is concerned.
Thank you, sir.
Greetings, everybody. I'm Abhinandini Srivastav. And my question to you, sir, would be that now that we have this amazing initiative that is Viksit Bharat at 2047, we talk about schemes like Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So this mainly focuses on manufacturing within India. And then we talk about the world as a global unit. So there we talk about sustainability. So how are these two variables going to balance?
Amazing question. Amazing question. And I think about it all the time. And I think about it all the time. And I was expecting somebody to just ask. And, you know, there is a dichotomy in this when we say कि हम जो है आत्मनिर्भर भारत और फिर at the same time we say कि जो है at the same time and then we go and then we talk about transfer of technology maybe for Hindustan Aeronautical Limited when we go to the US and at the same time and everybody speaks about it. At one level, as a student, you may think there is dichotomy about it and there are two voices that are, but sadly not. Look, we need to have our indigenous industry developed and protected. Indigenous industry that is related with agriculture, that is related with our bread and butter, that feeds our people, that provides employment to our people, that industry needs to be protected. That industry needs to be protected for the simple reason that we are a developing nation. In a developing nation, there is a social responsibility to feed as many people, sustain their families, and to see that their welfare is retained. Okay? Now, so we need to protect them. So the local industry needs to be protected. That is one part of it. That is Atmanirbhar Bharat. We need to make them self-sustainable. They need to take care of themselves. They need to sustain themselves. Now comes when we are talking about technologies and when we are talking about things that are related at a higher, maybe related with the defense of them, maybe related with going to space, maybe related with environment protection. So such like areas, we need to collaborate. And that collaboration is not exclusive of indigenous protection. That collaboration is inclusive. हम इंडिजीनियस प्रोटेक्शन के साथ साथ कोलैबोरेट भी कर सकते हैं. ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि कोलैबोरेट करने के लिए हमारे को जो है वो अपनी इंडिजीनियस प्रोटेक्शन या आत्मनिर्भर होने की जरूरत. आत्मनिर्भर होने के बाद ही हम बल्कि कोलैबोरेट करेंगे. तो हम कोलैबोरेट जो है जब आत्मनिर्भर जैसे जैसे होते जाएंगे तभी तो आप दूसरे के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके कोई और बड़ी चीज करेंगे. पहले आप अपने आप को खुद को सक्षम बनाएंगे, ताकतवर होंगे, तभी आपके साथ लोग कोलैबोरेट करेंगे, नहीं तो कोलैबोरेट भी नहीं करेगा. तो इफ यू आर स्ट्रांग इनफ and you have made yourself Atmanirbhar, then only you would collaborate with someone else and transfer of technology would take place. If you have some knowledge, then somebody will share some more knowledge with you and then you can have more knowledge. But if you don't have any knowledge, nobody is going to share any knowledge with you. They say this guy knows nothing and we will walk out of the way. So we need to be Atmanirbhar as well as that. So outwardly it seems there is some dichotomy, but there isn't. Anyone else? Last question.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mansi Sharma and I'm from UIMS department. So my question is, you said that time is the currency of future. So we need to be fast and first in everything to achieve what we have started. But what I feel is in India, one of the problem or challenge is the chain of command. Like there are lots of formalities and paperwork that needs to be done. And this challenge we have seen in while making the vaccine for coronavirus and or for the Chandrayaan to have the budget and all. So do you think that, yes, it is a challenge and how can we overcome it?
No. I agree with you that bureaucracy is a challenge, but at the same time, the examples that you have given, they are far from it. We have been a country which has produced results at the fastest and the lowest amount of money, and Chandrayaan has been an example of it. COVID, we were the earliest to produce the vaccine and give it to the entire world. Actually, the time frame for COVID vaccination was much longer as far as the international protocols was concerned. However, we still made it in a record amount of time. So there is a sense of urgency and we do things very quickly. And mind you, in 1971 war, the lightning speed with which we moved People still are in shock and awe in Pakistan. You can go and ask them. So, it is not that we don't move with speed. We do move with a lot of speed when it is required to be moved at speed. Yes, there are bureaucratic challenges. It happens in a big country like ours that bureaucratic challenges do crop up because there are all sorts of people and there are a lot of population to be catered for. So the bureaucratic challenges remain. But like I said, with AI, with digitalization, the kind of digital economy we are moving into, the kind of fast payments now people can do from one end to the other, the things are moving in great shape. People don't have to run from one university to other to get admission. Recently, we had a centralized exam in which earlier students had to go to 10 universities to see where they have got their admission. It smoothly happened and people just got admission wherever their merit fitted them and things like that. So the things are moving and the bureaucracy and the bureaucratic delays are getting resolved. However, because of our population and a lot of population not able to access the digital world and the digital appliances, the bureaucratic challenges remain. I'm sure they will be. Thank you so very much. I'm indebted with the honor. Sir, thank you so much for giving me the privilege. Thank you so much. If this 1 hour that I have spent with you, if it has made even an iota of a difference in any one of thought process, I wouldn't say life because it's a big thing, in thought process, an iota of a change, I think it is worth. And I'm humbled. And thank you so very much for giving me a patient hearing and asking me interesting and intelligent. Thank you so very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Manpreet Singh Manna, and our Honorable True Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, to kindly felicitate our guest, Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli. A big round of applause for Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli, everyone. Now I request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, to please give us the vote of thanks.
Lieutenant Colonel Umang Kohli ji, Professor Manna, Vice Chancellor, Chandigarh University, faculty members, and dear students. It's an honor for me to propose a vote of thanks for Lieutenant Colonel Kohli, who came all the way to elaborate upon the issue of Viksit Bharat at 2047. The idea is so close to the heart of our Honorable Prime Minister. When he launched this idea, he put forward two conditions to fulfill the mission. One, that each and every Indian should be having that spirit and he should be a part of the mission, and there should be no problem to achieve the mission of a developed country like India being at the top of the world in 2047. Secondly, he said that the movement should be the same as we had the freedom movement. At that time, we wanted to have freedom from a foreign power. Now we want to have freedom from all the problems that we have in the form of poverty, in the form of illiteracy, whatever problems we are facing, we should start a movement in the same way as we had a freedom movement at that time, and there should be no problem to achieve this mission. Lieutenant Colonel Kohli, he elaborated upon several points, but one point that is most important is time management, shortening the time to reach a particular goal. You know, when a race starts, ultimately everybody reaches the end point. Only those are considered the champions, the winners who reach first. I remember it was in 2012 Olympics that Bolt set a world record for 100-meter race. He set a record at 9.63 seconds for 100-meter race. And people believe that that's the ultimate. Nobody can break that barrier. And it took 9 years for Thompson to break the record from 9.63 seconds to 9.61. So only 2 parts out of 100 of a second, he made it possible that all the barriers can be broken and all the records can be broken. So the type of management that we are having, the type of administration that we are having in the country, there should be no doubt that we'll be reaching the goal to the development of India into our 12th country, which should be no less than those who are at the top of the world now. And we are thankful to all our students. We are rather proud of you. The way you interacted with Lieutenant Colonel Kohli, we have no doubt that our alumni, they will be an important part of this movement of Viksit Bharat at 2047. The way you understand the problem, the way you are committed to move ahead, to move on with the country, with the society, in the society. So we hope that Chandigarh University will be playing its own role in carrying the country to a 12th stage. So once again, on behalf of Chandigarh University, we thank Lieutenant Colonel Kohli for being here and for his interaction with our students. Thank you very much.
A sincere thank you to our guests, our faculty members, and my dear students. Thank you for marking this event. I may ask everyone to come together for a group photograph.